Ever stood in the baking aisle, staring at baking soda and baking powder, wondering what the heck the difference is? You're not alone. They look almost identical, but trust me, they are the secret agents of your kitchen, and using the wrong one can be a recipe for disaster. Today, we're going to crack the code on these two leaveners so you can bake with total confidence. By the end of this video, you'll be a baking pro, knowing exactly which one to use and why. So, let's start with the OG baking soda. Its scientific name is sodium bicarbonate. Think of it as a base. On its own, it doesn't do much. But when it meets an acid like lemon juice, buttermilk, yogurt, or even brown sugar, a chemical reaction happens. Fizz, bubbles. That's carbon dioxide gas being released. In your batter, these tiny gas bubbles get trapped, making your cookies, cakes, and muffins rise up light and fluffy. So, if your recipe has a good amount of acidic ingredients, you'll almost always see baking soda on the list. It needs that acid to activate and do its job. Now, what about baking powder? This one is a bit more complex. Baking powder is actually a mix of baking soda, an acid, and a starch like cornstarch. The starch is there to keep the soda and acid separate and dry, preventing them from reacting in the jar. Because it already contains its own acid, baking powder doesn't need an acidic ingredient in the recipe to work. It just needs moisture. Most baking powders you buy today are double-acting. This means they react twice. The first reaction happens when you mix it with wet ingredients like milk or water. The second, bigger reaction happens when it hits the heat of your oven. This two-step process gives your baked goods a reliable, powerful lift. It's perfect for recipes that don't have a strong acid, like simple vanilla cakes or drop biscuits. So, what happens if you get them mixed up? Well, if a recipe calls for baking soda and you use baking powder instead, you might not get enough lift because baking powder is less potent. You need to use about 3 times as much baking powder to get the same leavening power as baking soda. And that can add a weird chemical taste to your food. Swapping them the other way is even worse. If you use baking soda when you should use baking powder, there's no acid to activate it. Your cake won't rise, and it'll have a soapy, bitter flavor. Not good. But wait, why do some recipes call for both? It's all about balance. Sometimes, a recipe has an acidic ingredient like buttermilk, which needs baking soda to neutralize it. But maybe that reaction alone isn't enough to give the bake the perfect lift. So, the recipe writer adds a little baking powder for that extra oomph, ensuring a perfect texture and rise. It's like having the best of both worlds, the flavor benefits of the acid being neutralized, plus the reliable lift from the baking powder. And these two aren't just for baking. Baking soda is a fantastic all-natural cleaner and deodorizer. You can use it to scrub your sink, freshen up your fridge, or even run it through your dishwasher to get rid of smells. Baking powder can also be a gentle abrasive for cleaning, but since it's more expensive, most people stick to baking soda for household chores. You can even use a paste of baking soda and water to soothe insect bites or minor skin irritations. It's incredibly versatile. Let's talk about some common mistakes. A big one is using old leaveners. Both baking soda and baking powder lose their power over time, especially once opened. A good rule of thumb is to replace them every 6 months. To test if your baking soda is still good, mix a 1/4 teaspoon with a little vinegar. If it fizzes up immediately, you're good to go. For baking powder, mix a teaspoon with a little hot water. If it bubbles vigorously, it's still active. Another mistake is over-mixing your batter after adding the leavener. This can cause all those precious gas bubbles to escape before your bake even hits the oven, leading to dense, flat results. Mix just until the ingredients are combined. So, to wrap it all up, baking soda is pure sodium bicarbonate that needs an acid to work. Baking powder is a complete package with both baking soda and an acid already mixed in. Remember this simple rule: soda needs acid, powder has it all. Now you're armed with the knowledge to tackle any recipe and get that perfect rise every single time. Happy baking! Thanks for watching, and if you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more kitchen tips.